Is uploading a video to your Amazon listing worth it? Absolutely. Amazon shoppers are 3.6 times more likely to purchase a product after watching a video on a listing, and that's not the only benefit. It's been proven that by adding a video to your Amazon listing, you'll give customers a better understanding of how your product actually works, which usually leads to more positive reviews. It also elevates your brand perception and your perceived value. In return, you'll be able to charge more for your product over time and be able to convert more sales. Today, I plan to show you how I created my latest Amazon video with only my cell phone and free software, how to properly structure that video, and step-by-step instructions on how to upload it. All right, so let's talk about this recent video that I made for my golf head covers, one of my latest test products here on Debt to Dollars. So the video is under 30 seconds long, it's fairly short, and it showcases how my product is used. I shot this video in 1080p on my iPhone, and I used Final Cut Pro to edit it. However, you can use any free editing software to do this, like DaVinci or iMovie if you have a Mac. So hold up a second. Why only 30 seconds and not 60 seconds or possibly 2 minutes? More information is better, right? Well, the average human attention span is only 8.25 seconds, and we can agree that's only decreasing over time. So time is of the essence, and it's important that we keep our video as short as possible without sacrificing valuable information. That is why I recommend keeping your video under 30 seconds for a promotional type of video similar to mine, or keep it under 60 seconds for a demonstrative video to keep your audience's attention. And one last thing on the setup, if you're not comfortable actually using your cell phone or your camera to create this video, don't worry, I have you covered. Amazon offers 3 partnered production companies that can do this for you. Now this will range from $500 to the whole way up to $3,000 in most cases, so it is quite expensive, but it's a great alternative. Okay, so now that we covered the setup for the video, it's time to go into detail on how I structure this video so you can apply the same template. I'm gonna break this video up here into 4 sections and explain each one in detail. So let's start out with section 1, introduce the problem. Any good salesman will tell you that if you can identify a relatable problem to a customer, they're more inclined to listen to you. In my video, I start off by showing a scratched golf club that wasn't using a head cover. Getting scratches on your golf equipment is by far one of the worst nightmares for any golfer out there, so I think that this is going to capture their attention. Now here comes the hard part. We need to keep this as concise as possible. I would try to keep the problem section under 1/3 of the runtime, or 10 seconds in this case. Section 2, provide the solution. This is the part where your product comes into the picture and it saves the day, as any good hero does in every story. During the next 5 to 10 seconds, I demonstrate how my product actually solves this issue. This is the perfect time to show your product from every single angle and to give the customer an idea of what it looks like. Section 3, cover the unique features of your product. During this span of time, I am highlighting my main selling points like the cotton interior to protect the club 360 degrees, the premium stitching, and the one-of-a-kind whiskey glass logo. Okay, section 4, and the second most important part to this is prompt action with your branding. The reason why this is so important is because if a customer is still watching your video at the very end of the segment, it tells you that they're interested, and you have to do everything in your power to prompt them to click the buy now button. By prompting the customer to take action and to buy your product, it will result in higher conversions. Now be careful here though, make sure you follow Amazon's video guidelines and do not do anything that you shouldn't. After completing this, I'll use the video software to edit the video, along with overlaying it with text and some instrumental music that evokes the feeling that I'm trying to get across to the customer. Whatever stock footage or music you use, just make sure that you have the authority to use it from the owner. Now take this one step further, and if you have a good voice, feel free to narrate this. Unfortunately, I do not, so I had to settle for the text and music. Alright, so after that, we'll go ahead and we'll export the video and begin the upload process on Amazon. Now that we've created our video and we've exported it, I'm going to show you step by step how to actually go into Amazon Seller Central and to add that to your listing. Alright, so to get to this screen, this is where you need to start your journey at here. You're going to go to Catalog on the upper left hand corner, and then go down to Upload and Manage Videos. Once you click that, you're going to be met with a screen identical to this, other than this video here. It should be blank, and you should see this button where it says Upload Video. So let's start off there, click Upload Video. And then it's very simple. It's really just asking you to do 4 things. The first one is to select the video to upload. Now there are some requirements for this video. if you have any confusion of what these technical video requirements are, just make sure you leave a comment so I can help you out there. But if you're familiar with digital formats for videos, this should be fairly easy. So it has to be an MP4 or a MOV file. These are two very common video types, and the chances are, if you shot this with your iPhone or you're using any type of the free editing software, you can export into these file formats. The second requirement here is that it has to be under 5 gigabytes and it has to be above 480 pixels. Your iPhone doesn't even shoot in 480 anymore. It shoots in either 720, 1080, or 4K even at this point. So again, you shouldn't have any issues here or any concerns when it comes to this. Just make sure that your file size is under 5 gigabytes. I think mine's only 70 megabytes, just because it's only 30 seconds long. Shouldn't have any issues there. So what we'll do is we'll click upload video, or you could drag and drop it. I have this head cover video in my downloads folder. Just locate that on your own computer and double click it. It's going to take probably about 15 to 20 seconds to upload this, and you'll see the video on the left hand side here once it's fully uploaded. But in the meantime, we can complete the other 3 requirements. So the first one is the title. Make sure you just describe what your video is doing. Is it promoting your product? Is it describing how to use your product? For me, I'm just going to put Vivere Golf driver, head cover, promo. You can put whatever you want there. They do recommend, I think you're only allowed to put a maximum of 60 characters. So do not think that you have to load this up with keywords and that it's going to boost your search rank, because honestly, I don't think it does too much. Next are your ASINs. If you have a branded ASIN such as this product, I'm going to copy and paste my ASIN into here. If you have non-branded ones, you can go ahead and type in that one. So for me, I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste my ASIN over to here. Well, before we do that, I thought it'd be useful because you may be a beginner and you have no idea what an ASIN is. This is your unique identification number. If you go to your listing, you have to have your listing created. Go to your listing and then go down to the additional information, and your ASIN is right here. They always start with a B. So let's go back here. We copied that. We'll paste it in there. It's going to validate it. All good. If you have more than one that you want to add this video to, say you have a couple different variations of a similar product or identical product, and that video applies to all of them, you can add all your ASINs into here. And these are the ASINs or the listings that video will pop up on so customers can view it. All right, and the last thing is that it's optional. It's going to select a thumbnail from the video at random. What you can do is you can replace this thumbnail with something that looks a little bit better. I use canva.com to create my thumbnails, but for this demonstrative purposes, we're gonna keep it here because honestly, customer isn't going to be, it's not gonna matter a whole lot to them what your thumbnail is or what it's not. Lastly, what I want you to do is I just want you to watch the video down here just to make sure that it doesn't look distorted, the resolution is clear, and it also, all of your animations, if you have any, they look fluid and it's exactly what you want your customers to see. This is the final check before we go ahead and we click submit. All right, so after watching the video and confirming that everything looks good, you wanna go down here and click submit. Now, as soon as you click submit, I'm just gonna go back to this screen. It should take you to this manage video screen, which is, again, you can access this through catalog and upload and manage videos. And yours should say under status in review. Now, it typically takes up to 2 business days for Amazon to review your video and to provide a response. If Amazon deems that you followed all the guidelines, it will say published here, but just keep in mind that it won't be published onto your listing for another 24 hours or so. So even though mine says published right now, the status just changed today. It's actually not on my listing just quite yet. So just be patient, wait for that status to change to published, and then give it 24 hours before you expect it to actually pop up on your Amazon listing. Now, the listing video is one thing, but how about product photos? Don't worry, I have you covered here as well, so make sure to check out the end screen now on how you can take product photos with only your cell phone and free software.